Greetings, greetings, greetings. So welcome to another episode of Ball Chat Podcast. I am Junior, and right now we have live on air my co-hosts, Benton and Camon. How you guys doing?
I'm good.
Benton,
I'm doing well, doing well. You know, the internet is going on the island, so you will talk it, and I might not get it immediately.
true, true, true. And just to let people know that right now we are all remote, right? But we came to a decision where we had the show had to go on, correct?
Yes,
Correct.
yes, yes.
Yeah, so you know when we start our show every week, we start off with ballers and bugs. And you know, ballers being our most impressive players and our bugs being just bugs, the worst footballers that we have seen for the week. So, Benton, well, let's start with the ladies. Come on, you're back on air. Welcome back, family. So, start off with you. Who's your bug of the week? Let's start off with bugs this week.
I have a couple bugs. So my first bug is Mendy. All Mendy had to do was clear the ball. The ball was too slow, roll out for a goal kick. Even if, right, that's what you wanted. Sell the foul. You make Traore push her off of the ball and it will drop her ground. So, I don't understand how he says he's one of the best players in his position, but that just make you realize that in football IQ kind of low. So that was ridiculous. So Pep had him on the bench, which I was surprised he wasn't in the stands because Pep is a little bit spiteful and petty. So Mendy is my first bug. Then I have Arteta. Arteta had the perfect 45 minutes versus Chelsea this morning. They had Chelsea on the ropes and they were leading 1-0 up to the time. And and Arteta decided that he is going to make a change. And it's not even a change for the better. It was a change for the worse. So he gave game away against our Chelsea today, although I'm happy for the 2-1 victory. Whoop whoop. So Arteta is my other one. And I have to give a special bug shout out to Adrian Mariappa.
Mm, mm,
Even though Watford beat Aston Villa 3-0, Mariappa picked up a red card. It was two silly challenges. In the 51st minute, a cynical, stupid challenge, got a yellow. And then again in the 57th minute, like him want come at either the party were going to Jamaica or something was on fire for him why he decided that he wanted to take a break. But he is my third bug, Mariappa. So Mendy, Arteta, and Mariappa.
Boy, Benton, you realize Cameroon has not missed a beat that you come back with all guns blazing. so,
Come on, is trying to use up all the bugs. That's what she's trying to get. It's run out first and use up all the bugs. Leave some of the bugs in for we come on.
so Benton, do you have any bugs?
Yeah, I sure do.
All
I
right.
sure do. And I'm surprised come on is calling bug and did not call Bern Leno, goalkeeper for Arsenal, comical goalkeeping. Come on.
Yeah, true.
Arsenal is ahead 1-0. This is schoolboy football. In fact, you don't even see those type of errors in schoolboy. You go out to get the ball and you miss the ball. It's the easiest goal Jorginho will score. So Bern Leno, goalkeeper of Arsenal, he would even see back the starting 11 anytime soon for me. Bench, am I wrong?
I
And
want
then
that.
my
Hey, go ahead.
yeah, go ahead, June.
No, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. You sound like you
And
have more bugs.
and and then Benjamin Mendy, he needs to get a bug of the year. Bug of the year. In fact, bug for the year and a half. I mean, come on. You getting what? 52 million pounds transfer, 90 million, 90,000 pounds a week. You're a big body. Adamana Traore push you off like a little girl. Come on. And then you want to give us an apology? Bug of the week, bug of the year. In
Big,
fact, maybe bug of the decade. Cynical defending.
big up.
Those are my bugs of the week.
See the big up Kofi Paul, big up Dalton family, big up for yourself. Kofi is asking what's up with the stream. Let me tell you something, Kofi. Like I said earlier, right at the start of the show, we are all in remote locations right now. Everybody is somewhere different, and I have so many family around me right now. You might soon hear some picnic making noise in the background. So we don't have that on video. So we just said this week we had to do a show. It's the last show of the year because everybody was looking forward to Ball Chat. So we said we're going to do a show, but let's just do audio only. And next week, special announcement next week coming up. Special things coming up next week for the first show of 2020. So we'll just work with it this week for the audio only. But let me see your bugs. Everybody that's listening online right now, post your bugs in the chat. So Dalton said that his bug of the week is Edison and Mendy. So Edison got a red card. Would you well, we'll have to talk about that later, Dalton. But I wouldn't really give Edison a bug of the week for that still. But for me, my bug of the week is Benjamin Mendy. I don't know what he was thinking. And Mendy's career so far has been, I think, Benton, we had a joke one time when we were saying, Mendy win the World Cup, win the Premier League, and only play 10 games of that year or something like that?
Yes.
So
limited contribution.
Yes, but he's a champion. So Mendy, bug of the week. Kick out the ball, big man. And Pep, you are not a bug for putting Mendy in that position. And Arteta, you know what? The whole of Pep tree is a bug. It's a bug tree, that. So let's move on to the baller of the week. So come on. I think you have many ballers. Let me see. Let me see. Let me just guess. I think you have many ballers. So who are your ballers of the week? Come on.
I'm going to limit it to 3. So Traore is my baller. Not only because of the game versus Manchester City. If you watch him during the season, he is one of those players that you can't take your eye off him. And not because he's big and thick, and you think at any minute him kit a go bus and send the kit man in a panic. That's not even it. But he is constantly picking at the defense, and then he's also going back and defending as well. So when people talk about it, even Klopp, your ear talk about Traore and his ability, I mean, for his story, for someone who was struggling at Barcelona, and then when he went to, I think it was Middlesbrough, he went to another team in the EPL, something and he didn't do as well. And for him to come now on Wolves and is actually coming into his own is a good thing. So he orchestrated the comeback versus Manchester City. So I'm kind of, he's my baller. Then we're going to give it to Ole. Ole is steadying the ship. I can see Manchester United fans talking about reaching for the title, even though we think it's drunk talk. It's like Ray and Neville in a rum cake and Christmas cake and sorrel talk. That. But he is giving Manchester United fans hope. He's building his thing brick by brick, and he's actually doing well. So let's give that to Ole. And then now, I have my problems with Frank Lampard. But Frank Lampard's management today, his game management today was exceptional. He recognized that he needed to make adjustments, and he made correct adjustments. Because I always cuss him about his man management. But he actually did a very good job today. And that's why Chelsea actually won, 2-1 versus Arsenal. That and Arteta wetting the bed.
So Benton, do you have any bugs left from what Come On said? I mean, ballers. Do you have any ballers?
Ballers. Of course you have ballers. It was the week, Christmas period, Boxing Day, a lot of big matches. So I have a few ballers, if you bear with me. First and foremost, all Liverpool fans, Dalton, all Marco Pratt, the entire Liverpool nation, YNWA, Liverpool FC, beat and teach Leicester City 4-0 and a mauling. I mean, I tell you, when you talk about 1 versus 2, that is a baller type performance. They showed up and they beat the brakes off Leicester City at the King Power Stadium. When a lot of us around Ball Chat family had speculated that this is the game where Liverpool might trip up. And Liverpool, as a true champion, showed up and beat the brakes off Leicester City. It wasn't even competitive. So they get a ball of the week from me. And Funes Mori, El Ridiculous, scored a sensational goal for Monterrey in the Club America, Monterrey versus Club America in the League Mexico. Liga Mexico Apertura final. First leg, Thursday night, 2-1. Monterrey defeated Club America. I mean, you football fans, check that goal out on YouTube. It's an exceptional goal. And Funes Mori, some of you might remember him from Everton days. Exceptional goal. And so Monterrey won that game 2-1. And they will play the second leg tonight against Club America. And then my final ball of the week is Ndombele. I mean, Tanju Ndombele of Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham drew the game 2-2 against Norwich. But Ndombele showed to us that he's a midfield maestro, and the way he was moving around and passing. This kid have a huge upside in terms of the future outlook.
Zine. Well, you know what? My baller of the week is just going to be Frank Lampard and Jurgen Klopp. Two coaches, and this is Junior talking for
Jurgen,
all those.
Jurgen Klopp.
Jurgen Klopp. Yeah, well, you know, Jurgen Klinsmann, tomato, whatever. But for me, this is Junior talking. I know we're not on video right now, so I'm gonna say this. Last week, I was completely on the boat saying that Liverpool is going to drop points, right? I was thinking that Liverpool is going to be one, jet lagged, two, just have a big chest knowing that, we already won the title. And they came out, destroyed Leicester City, and then come back and beat a feisty Wolves. A Wolves team that should have scored. A Wolves team that should have got something out of the game, but Liverpool found a way to win. I am going to give that to Klopp because Klopp is changing the mentality of Liverpool, and they are on their way to being a dynasty. Every week I change my mouth. I am officially going to say this one time, and I won't say this again. I expect Liverpool to be undefeated for this season, and they are going to be just like Arsenal, the Invincibles. That is my expectation. Now, Frank Lampard has grown as a coach. Looking at what he did in the first game against Manchester United when Man U beat them 4-0, and I said that was smoke and mirrors. Chelsea have a better team than the way they played. And to me, they showed how much of a better team they are today and with coaching. So big up Frank Lampard, showing great growth as a coach. So that's about all. Let me see what everybody said, because Dalton have beat me again. So see it there. Kofi Paul is saying that Boggis, Mendy, and Edison, Vardy, Mane, Traore, I guess those are his ballers. Jason Frame saying that the ref not calling back the obstruction on flex, not the rule, but common sense need to be common. There's a discussion about VAR that we need to have an in-depth discussion about VAR in the show.
Hold a second. Yeah. I'm sorry. So is Jason talking about the Manchester City game? Is that what he's talking about with the referee? The ball didn't touch the referee, so the referee didn't change the direction of the ball. So we don't know much about common sense. Common sense don't play football. It's rules. If it touched the referee, it has to be a drop ball. Didn't touch the referee, so play on. Tuck it up, Jason.
Wow. I mean, this is the Christmas period. We don't sound too festive. I
the
mean,
Grinch.
Why
Grinch.
Why the miserable Chelsea fan is so insensitive?
And Jason also said Aubameyang is a player in not his preferred role, massive defensive load, captain leading from the front. Firmino, best and most natural number 9 in the game, repaid his boss, faith in him with 2 well-taken goals. Okay. All right, Jason. Mm-hmm. That's kind of controversial there. Natural number 9 in the game, Firmino. And also saying Aubameyang is playing not in his preferred role. Okay.
Hey, but I know he's an Arsenal fan, so for him to give a compliment to a Liverpool player says a lot.
Yeah, that's all like a backhanded compliment still, because I don't see Firmino as a number 9. but all right. So, Jason, we're going to respect that, you know. You say Firmino is the best natural number 9. All right. So, let's talk about the big takeaways for this week, because English Premier League is the main focus this week. Can we all agree on that, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much the only league that was playing, right. At least this in this area. So
even though we have the Haaland signing that we should, we talk about that too. But anyway, so talk about the Liverpool versus Leicester game. I'm gonna turn the floor over to Benton. You highlighted it. So talk about the Liverpool Leicester game. What was your biggest takeaway?
So Liverpool ended up winning that game, or they won that game. 4-0 was the final score, right? And Liverpool. One would hope that enter into that game. As fans of football, objective fans of football, we went into that game hoping to see a contest, a competitive matchup. Leicester City being number 2, Liverpool being number 1. Leicester City being able to, play counter-attacking football and get over the back of Liverpool. That was the wish going in. But, I mean, Liverpool just totally dominated them. From minute 1, they showed a commitment to work, a commitment to press. Leicester City did not get the time to do what they would like to do. Indeed, it was pulled all over the place, being in the base of that midfield. And if he can stay still in that center part, then you have free running Liverpool players down the middle. So it was fantastic. I thought that is the demonstration of champions. You beat those who are chasing you, and you not just beat them, you beat them emphatically at their house. So I was totally impressed. I'm convinced, and I think at some point we need to start seriously have this conversation of this Liverpool team. Can they replicate what's that 2003, 2004 Arsenal team that went invincible? If I'm not sure if I'm correct on the year, but that invincible Arsenal team, because they're 19 wins and 1 draw so far, 50 wins or 50 unbeaten games at home. So that's an impressive. I mean, they're playing some serious ball. Leicester City was no match.
I agree again. Before we go to come on, Dalton, I'm sorry. So Trent Alexander-Arnold and Adama Traore are your ballers of the week. So big up Dalton. I didn't see it, but no, thank you for the correction, sir. I see it. So come on, what do you have to say about that Leicester-Liverpool game?
I was disappointed. I wanted, you know where I stand with Liverpool, so I'm going to have to say it again. But I wanted a competitive match, and we didn't get it. It was unfortunate in regards to stats, where you would think that Liverpool ran Leicester City off the park in terms of possession, but they didn't. So it was like 59% possession to 41% possession, 590 passes to 421. Passing accuracy was 85% to 81. Where Liverpool dominated was shots 15-3 and shots on target 6-0. So Liverpool took their chances, took their opportunities, and they made the best of it. I was sorely disappointed. If you want to
Come on.
What, man? If you want to be number 2, no, but if you want
to be
number 2,
play number 2.
If you want to chase down Liverpool, then you have to play better football. And for me, Leicester City was not deserving of the position that they're at.
Sorry, Junior. It's a football family with stats. You see how stats can be misleading. 41 passes. Leicester City had
421 passes to 590 Liverpool.
I wonder how many of those 421 were back passes to going in a negative play, because I think I remember 1 or 2 chances where Leicester City actually got at Liverpool goal. I mean,
but there were no shots on target for Leicester.
But you see, and Liverpool could have won that game 6-0.
Right.
Hold on. The Liverpool could have won that game 6-0 part. I disagree with that. And the most impressive thing for me in that game was Liverpool. Everybody in that stadium knew Liverpool was going to win that game. Everybody. I think even Brendan Rodgers knew Liverpool was going to win that game. And that was the most impressive thing, because Liverpool approached the game like, I am just going to take your best shot, and then when you get weak, I am going to take advantage of it. And within a space of 10 minutes, the game was officially over. They scored 3 goals in a matter of how many minutes. When the game, yes, Liverpool was dominating possession. Yes, Leicester was being killed by the high press. But it almost felt like it was just a matter of time. And that to me was the most impressive thing about that game, is that Liverpool has now achieved the status of entering into a game. You walk off the bus already winning that game. As soon as the cameras turn on, you have won that game. We've seen that with Man City over the last 3, 4, 5 years, and for the last 3, 4, 5 years. We've seen that with Manchester United under Ferguson. And I think Liverpool is now entering that rarefied air where Wolves should have scored today. But I just think that they did not expect to win. They did not expect a lot of those shots. I could just tell that the players' mannerism was like, there's no way this is going to score. Let me just swing my foot. It was weird. It's a weird feeling about that game. I don't know how you guys think about that, but I am worried as a Manchester United fan that we are going to be looking up to Liverpool for the next 5 years, at least. I am fearful of that.
I just think the players were tired. I wouldn't agree that Wolves thought that they couldn't win because they've been doing well.
Hold on, come on, you're coming in kind of low.
Can you hear me?
Benton, talk to me here.
Can you
Yeah, Mike. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah,
Wolves.
No, I hear Benton, but I can't. Come on, it's very, very low.
You can't hear me?
No, you're coming in low.
Speaking to the mic. Come on, come closer to the mic.
I'm speaking in the mic. You still can't hear me, Junior?
Low bad.
Must be a Chelsea fan. I wonder if,
I think the Liverpool people have said a black for their IP address.
Yeah.
It talking like a joke. Hold on, let me see what happened.
But while they get to the surface now, let me see what people say. Kofi Paul is saying disappointment for what? A Liverpool, kill everything. Dalton said, come on. Most of Leicester passes were in their half of the field. That which is what Benton just said. Jason said, yeah, there you go, come on, better. Jason saying that Reds looking invincible much late in the season when them are chase titles and a relegation but a team a play for survival. Barring that, who are going to stop them? Jason also said that Leicester was balled off the park. Worst number 1 versus number 2 showdown ever. I agree with come on. And Kofi Paul is saying, come on, buy good phone. And Kofi saying that
you can't hear me.
I can hear much better. Kofi said that come on, send your phone. We'll Liverpool new phone. So it's coming like come on is not back on the Liverpool IP address. So talk on the Liverpool IP address, come on.
Hey, Kofi, a clown Kofi come a clown on a Sunday, but listen, I just think the players were tired. I don't think that Wolves thought that they could not win because they're doing well in Premier League and they're also doing well in Europa. So I can see when they play that the belief is there, but not necessarily the quality. So Liverpool is just a cut above the rest. Every position on the pitch, you have quality players who can elevate the team. That's not the same. You can't say the same thing about Wolves. So I just thought that we watched two tired teams play today, and I was a little bit worried that Klopp didn't rotate his squad because they have a game coming up soon again. So I just thought with Wolves, he rested Traore and a couple other players. So I was a bit concerned about Liverpool, but they pulled it off and they did what they're supposed to do: keep marching.
True.
Regarding the Wolves Liverpool game, maybe it's exhaustion. I don't think there was any concern about the Wolves was afraid or didn't believe that they can win that game. I think it just shows the superiority or the mental focus of Liverpool. I mean, if Wolves, and we'll talk about Wolves versus Man City. Wolves exercised the same commitment to work against Man City and broke Man City down mentally because we know Man City is a soft slope team. Wolves today exact the same commitment to work. I mean, they pushed Trent Arnold back. It's one of the first time I've seen Trent Arnold have to play defense rather than constantly gunning down the field, other than when Leroy Sané played him last year. So Wolves played their best game today. Yeah, and Nuno Espirito was tactical in terms of not starting Adamana Traore. John Martino had chances. I don't think there was a lack of belief. It's just that they played a team that refused to back down. And, some teams, you punch them in the mouth and they keep coming back. You cannot get them down. Man City, they punch Man City in the mouth and Man City quit. Right. Liverpool will not back down.
And we were that's a perfect segue because we saw a feisty Wolves team played 2 games against the 2 best teams in the league. I guess we all can agree that Wolves played against the 2 best teams in the league in a
No,
matter of
I
four
mean
days.
I agree.
You do agree?
Man
Okay.
City is not in the 2 best teams in the league.
All right. That's up.
Leicester City I play number 2.
That's up, that's up for debate. But all right, so they played against the 2 best coaches in the league. Can we agree on that?
Okay.
So
We'll give
so
it that
so
for
so,
right now.
so the 2 best coaches in the league played against Wolves, and we saw 2 completely different results. So let's segue to that Wolves versus Man City game. Come on, what's your biggest takeaway from Wolves versus Man City?
The commitment. Manchester City, to me, at some point, I mean, all right, they were down 10 men early on, so I could understand the exhaustion, and I could understand how Wolves had more space to roam. But when Wolves were attacking, they attacked in numbers. When they were defending, they defended in numbers. So there was a commitment with Wolves, like it's do or die. Because remember, they were down 2-0, and for them to really come back and really play like how them play, I just thought it was a committed effort, team effort. Versus Manchester City, they were just exhausted, and I think they wanted to just see the game out, and they were just doing a whole bunch of foolishness.
So Benton,
Uh,
what you have to say about that, Benton?
and football family can chime in on this, that following on Facebook and YouTube. I mean, I will not give Manchester City a pass. Come on and talk about exhaustion. I think they're so mentally weak team. They don't commit for a fight, and when they have teams that will show them a lot of respect and drop off and give them time to do whatever they want, they will flourish. They look like stars. I mean, but when you have a team like what Wolves did again, there is no way Man City should not walk away with at least a point. They were up 2-0. 2-0. Raheem Sterling scored, eventually converted the penalty after multiple attempts. He scored a nice goal on an excellent pass from Kevin De Bruyne. 2-0, 12, 15 minutes to go. See the game out. And this is the biggest issue with Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola refused to adjust his style. He has lost to Nuno Espirito from Espirito. He's played him about 5 times, and I think he's lost 4 out of those 5 games. They don't. It's an ideal setup. They park and counter. You, Pep Guardiola, need to make an adjustment. And we've been going through this with him for about 10 years now as a coach, ever since he was at Barcelona. When teams park and counterattack with fast players, he's less vulnerable. And it was evident. You're up 2-0. After the game, Fernandinho said, I don't even know if we're making Champions League. This is how bad things are at Man City now. When Fernandinho is saying to his teammates, we need to rally the troops because even Champions League can be in jeopardy because of the way they're playing.
True.
It's unbelievable. I could go on for decades about Man City, but we don't have time to waste with Bogside.
Kofi is saying that Wolves is a good team with some more depth in the squad. They're going to be a regular top 4. I'm going to say pump the brakes on that because
I will go easy on the top 4.
Go easy on that because I think what we're seeing from Wolves is what we saw from Southampton for a good period of time earlier this decade. That is my humblest of opinion. And we'll see.
And I don't think that Wolves is going to be able to hold on to some of those players. I mean, Camon spoke about Traore being at Barcelona in his earlier years, and he failed miserable. But surely, I mean, some of the so-called big boys will look at Adamana Traore again and said, look, we need a muscle man, and there is a muscle man, Hercules. Let's sign him.
Yeah.
And when that money come calling, then will Wolves be able to hold on to him.
Yeah. But so let's segue into one more game that Camon kind of made reference to. We all made reference to this game, the game that played today. Arsenal versus Chelsea. And I'm going to open the floor to the Chelsea fan to gloat right now. So come on, talk about Arsenal versus. What is your biggest takeaway from today's game?
The adjustment, the willingness to make an adjustment when you realize that what you're working with is not working. What you're doing on the pitch is not working. I complain day in and day out that Lampard will die on the Mason Mount hill. Mason Mount will be completely fatigued and he will not sub him. He won't change him. He won't change his style. I was impressed by William today because sometimes William gets on my last nerve. He's Sometimes he kills the players and you wonder what he's doing. But today he went in, he played the entire 90 and he actually made a complete difference. David Luiz, normally we kill him, but he played an exceptional game today. He played out of his mind. I don't know if he wanted to prove something to Lampard, but he had a good game. You know what I think about Tammy? I just think Tammy needs more experience to be a little bit more consistent. But his goal was fantastic. It was a brilliant goal to win the game for us. So overall, Chelsea need to realize that if you're doing something in the first 45 and it don't work, you need to switch. And that's what Lampard did because we were completely outplayed in the first 45.
True, true.
Completely outplayed. So I thought it was going to be a 3-0 victory for Arsenal. But as usual, Arsenal wet the bed. And I'm kind of happy for that. But yes.
So, so
So props to Chelsea today.
Zine. So Benton, let me ask you this
Yeah.
then. I want you to, seeing that you are from the Barcelona tree of fandom, and Pep is from the Barcelona tree of coaches, and Arteta is from the Barcelona tree of coaches by way of Pep. Put yourself in Pep in Arteta's shoes today, and tell us, this is Arteta's first game as an Arsenal coach at home, right? Where did Arteta go wrong in your mind?
I mean,
Or did he go wrong?
I you know I don't necessarily think he blundered. The goals that they gave up, those two goals. I mean, you have to first identify that there's an issue with the goalkeeper. I mean, there's no way that should have been a goal. The second goal, Tammy Abrams, peel off. I think it was Ganduzi or whoever that defender
Yeah,
was
Ganduzi.
close to him.
Ganduzi
Was the
midfielder.
Ganduzi,
Yeah.
and he did not track with him. So there were tactical mistakes that Arteta made. Once Lampard made his adjustment, switched his formation to 4-3-3. I thought that Chelsea started to take command, take the momentum, and start take the game to Arsenal. With that being said, I will give Arteta a little bit of pass for this is the second game and he's still learning about the squad, right? So it's he drew with Bournemouth the other day, and he have the second game where they're up 1-0. So I'm not gonna kill him on tactical adjustment or not being able to make the right subs because he's still learning these players. Now, the blunders. I mean, I think I saw some positive from Arsenal in terms of work. They were willing to work. They Arteta will have to figure out if he truly have warriors in the squad. And many, many coaches have tried before. So that's his magic one. He's gonna have to figure out which of these players he can count on to put everything on the line for the entire game. I mean, I thought Lacazette was splendid. I thought Lacazette played well. But it's too early for me to say that, to really, he didn't make that much of an error. I mean, there were those who speculating that Pepe should have came on early. I mean, that's six of one and a half dozen of the other. I mean, Pepe came on and didn't do anything. So,
Hold on. All right. So let me beat him then, because I'm going to beat him. I think he got tight. Arsenal was running away with this game. They were playing with higher energy, with higher purpose. I think Lampard showed his growth when his approach to the game was just wrong. His approach to the game was just bad. Especially when Ganduzi got that early yellow card. It should be an easy adjustment. We are going to attack the middle of the field. We're going to attack Ganduzi. We're going to attack the $8 million defender, David Luiz. Instead, Chelsea continued for the whole 90 minutes, continued trying to work the balls down the flank and trying to cross the ball in, making it easy for David Luiz to react to the ball. It was just easy for him. I am going to beat Arteta now when he put on Willock. That is the perfect time to put in Pepe. If you're going to take off Ozil because he's not, we know why he took off Ozil. It was because he wasn't running back. They switched to a 4-3-3. Jorginho was standing right beside him. Conte was given free roam to run all over the field. They needed somebody to at least put pressure on Jorginho to come back and defend. Why not put on Pepe? Why spend all this money for Pepe and not put him on? So I'm going to beat him for that. Leno, yes, crazy goalkeeping. But when you were up 1-0, you had the chance to put your foot on their throat and crush it, and you didn't do it. Ganduzi was lagging behind the whole time. I think he should have been subbed off too from halftime. So yeah, go ahead.
And remember, Arteta also lost his probably best defender.
Yes.
In the game.
Yes.
So I mean, he had to put on a bug in Mustafi, who ended up helping Tammy Abraham score the second goal. So I mean, as a young coach, this is the second game you're managing individual as the man at the helm. I'm not going to beat him on making tactical adjustments or making the subs. I mean, the second game, I won't beat him on that.
So are we going to say then that something is going on with Pepe? Because if we were saying that
yes.
Unai Emery didn't know how to use him, he should include him in his squad, he should play him, and then a new coach comes in he wasn't Unai's assistant. He wasn't there. Yes. He didn't see what was going on in training or whatever behind the scenes. He comes in and he treats Pepe the same way Unai Emery treated him. Then we now have to say that there's something going on with Pepe. Maybe there's something going on in training. Coach don't like it. Something is going on. Why this how much $1 million higher purchase player is not seeing the pitch and getting consistent starts and getting enough minutes to stamp his class.
True. I agree. I mean, he did start a few games, and come on, we have seen the evidence. He wild like around 15 race horses. I mean, he's bad. I mean, when he will run at you, but once he gets close to the goal to make take a shot, he always makes the worst decision possible, and his shot is not good. So I think Arteta is looking at Pepe and saying, I guess I just have to find a way to use him somehow. But clearly, I mean, even Ozil played well for Arsenal today. And that was
20 minutes. First 20 minutes. For the first 20 minutes, he played well.
and that is 20 minutes of probably the first good time you've seen in years from him, because I was actually tracking back. He was.
Benton, your Arsenal, no sir.
Yeah, man. So I don't think I think Arsenal on the early return of today's game and the Bournemouth game, they have picked their coach. They have the guy. Now he just needs to go for it and work and build this thing.
True. And big up Dalton. Dalton said Pep should have never subbed De Bruyne. I'm just seeing that comment. So yes, you're 100% right about the City game today. On against Wolves. Jason Frame is saying a holder from the keeper.
Hold a second. Junior, isn't that what I said to you when you disagree with me? You ever agree with Dalton, and if me said to you, Junior,
no, I did not agree with him. I'm just saying what he said. I did not. I'm not going to open that can of worms. I disagree wholeheartedly.
Well, I agree with you. Come on, he should not have stopped Kevin De Bruyne.
There
Okay.
was no reason to. Them out there already as a team, and you know that when Kevin De Bruyne is in the mood, he's like gut spitting passes, and that's what they missed. Oh, my apologies. I thought they were agreeing with Dalton over me, but carry on. Sorry.
I completely disagree with anybody that think that. So, big up, Jason said that is a holder from the keeper. Poor officiating. Saka had cramps. Couldn't keep up with Willian. Mustafi still idiot.
Wow.
Come on. That was just the early tears. I ain't done yet. He said Mustafi still an idiot. Him for press Tommy from him get the ball, then keep close to him. You're expecting the cutback. Kofi Paul is saying good tactical change by Lampard. Jason also saying Willock must be a monster in training. Can't see him in a no game. And he's also seen enough from Arteta to confirm that he should have been Arsene Wenger replacement. Some of them bug baller that need to go. And then Kofi said, big eyes, big look, Ozil, hold him on today. All right, bug guy held his own today. Okay, so everyone.
It seems that the engineer is having problem reading patois. Come on.
Well, the show today is geared towards the non-Jamaicans. You know that, right? So I gotta clean it up.
Jeez, the engineer is having problem reading patois. But Jason, the Arsenal fan, is it Jason?
Yeah.
Don't worry yourself. At the end of the day, you guys are the only team with an invincible label. So, the Manchester United and Chelsea fans can ridicule you all you want, and you will get a fair amount of that for a while.
So what are you trying to say? That Jason should just wrap himself in a blanket of history?
Well, of course, we all wrap ourselves in blankets of history.
Well, come on. Let me show you how wicked. I'm gonna show you how wicked Benton is. That is the perfect setup. Jason, do not listen to Benton, because earlier Benton said he's hinting that he started to think that Liverpool is close to being the next invincible. So he's dangling that carrot for you to go run with for just the next 2 to 3 months. And then it's going to be, I promise you, Benton is going to say this: move over Arsene Wenger, move over Arsenal, move over all the Arsenal fans. There is a better invincibles out there. I promise you. And I'm going to add this. He's going to say, when Arsenal were invincibles, there was not HD TV. We have invincibles in the HD 1080p picture. We have so Jason,
and you're not lying. If Liverpool goes on to be undefeated throughout the season, of course Arsenal need to get relegated behind the invincible. All right, football families. We need to touch a few more games, right? Because madness happened this week.
Yeah, go ahead and set it up.
Yeah, so Jose Mourinho, Norwich, and Jose Mourinho drew 2-2. They won against Brighton. Jose Mourinho said, in the press conference, they asked him to assess the game after the Norwich tie, and he says, should I assess with the mistakes, or should I assess without the defensive mistakes? He then went on to say his players, his defenders, are giving away gifts. Is it the old Jose Mourinho resurfacing? Come on. He's your big coach.
No, listen, I like the fun Jose. I like him. Leave him. I mean, I don't think he fully realized what he was getting in when he took the Tottenham job. So no reality kind of set in. Because remember, I was telling you, after the game, the commentator, they were doing the reporter was doing an interview, and it was Dele Alli and Kane, and he asked them, do you think that Jose can make you world class? They paused, I paused, because I'm like, what kind of fool question that is? So Jose need players, and I mean, I guess if you listen to him, Jose is an honest coach when it comes to assessing his team. My problem now with Jose is this: he will start to get too critical and then lose the locker room.
Yeah, that's that thin line. I mean, I was thinking that's why he hugged and kissed. He was kissing babies earlier on in the tenure. He was chest bumping Harry Kane and hugging ball boys and apologizing to Eric Dyer because he doesn't want to lose locker room. But he made 2 subs at halftime. Junior took off 1 fight, and Jan Vertonghen, and decided, look, my defenders are garbage. Y'all come and sit down.
Yeah, because he played a 3-man defense to start with. I had to switch back to a back 4. So I think he's still feeling out his side. He's still trying to figure out what's the best combination. The old Jose will be back, and I think that is what Tottenham really needs. I think they really need that kick in the butt.
Yeah. And Everton is also one of the big winners over the break, right? Everton defeated Burnley 1-0. and they also defeated Newcastle. Both victories for Carlo Ancelotti. Come on, is this where Carlo Ancelotti is cementing his leadership pedigree with this once bug side Everton?
Once bug side. So all of
Well,
a sudden,
they,
Ancelotti
they're
come
they're
in and in that bug.
they're on a two games winning streak.
Listen, listen, but Everton. We've always said that Everton, they have good enough players. There was just something that was just not working for them, and Ancelotti has this reputation of getting players to play for him. So I'm thinking the players are just playing for the coach.
Yeah,
The games that we saw Everton play, mean they went 110%. I mean, like full throttle. So maybe it's early warm. Maybe he's saying something in the locker room that we don't know. But I mean, like props to him if he can utilize. Because even Moise Keane had a good game, had a couple
yes,
misses, but he
yes,
had a good game. So if he can come in and turn the season around for Everton, I think they're gonna make a statue of him.
yes. Junior, your big side, Manchester United has been one of the winners over the break. I know you keep saying Ollie's out, but I was impressed over the break. They defeated Newcastle 4-1 on Boxing Day, and they also beat Burnley 2-0. Manchester United sitting in fifth. Imagine that. Wow, what a surprise.
Let me just say real quick. We drew with Newcastle 1-1. All right.
The score says
No, no,
right
no, no,
here.
no, no.
Two,
Manchester United drew with Newcastle 1-1, but Newcastle lost that game 3-0 because of
what does
crazy
that mean?
defending. In other words, I am not going to look at that four and say, "Oh my God, Manchester United just scored 4 goals." Blah, blah. No, we were gifted 3 goals. Let's just call a
Okay.
spade a spade. No, the Burnley game, that's a different kettle of fish. I was impressed with what I saw. I saw a team that was pragmatic. I saw a team that knew what they wanted to achieve. But the Newcastle game, smoke and mirrors. People, all my Manchester United fans that are out there listening, that is smoke and mirrors. That was a team playing for their coach.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
that was. But all in all good.
And as but you want, we're just going to try to keep hitting some more news around football. Any other big takeaways are, we noticed that West Ham lost to Leicester City, and so did the wonderful Silver Fox Manuel Pellegrini. I wonder if he left to England and London already. That plane for Chile just left, so he should be on it. West Ham fired Manuel Pellegrini and hired David Moyes. Imagine that. Come on. David Moyes replaced you as a coach. Isn't that embarrassing?
Listen, West Ham is in panic mode right now. 'Cause that is panic buying. That is sitting at home bored doing nothing, surfing the net and just buy a whole bunch of things, only to know that you're going to return it in 60 days. Ridiculous. West Ham is struggling. So I don't know if Moyes is the person to really, really bring up back West Ham. Full by that.
Yeah, so Junior, football fans know that David Moyes once coached West Ham from November 2017 to the end of 2018 season. He had a 29 winning percentage at West Ham. Is that what West Ham wants when with this rehire?
Well, rumor is out there that I don't know if this has been confirmed. I have to check the reports again, but I think he put out there that before he will accept the job, he has to be guaranteed that still be there next year. So
guaranteed.
he needs that.
Oh
So I don't know. Big up Ty Gill, the Liverpool fans. Yeah, same agree with me. The one time Ty Gill would agree with me on football is if I'm disrespecting anything Manchester United. So big up Ty Gill. Kofi also said that Ancelotti are going like him want follow up Liverpool, become a rival Everton. So
And I'm looking forward to that Liverpool versus Everton matchup. Hopefully, it will be soon when both teams are hot.
I'm looking forward to that Liverpool Manchester United matchup.
All right. Before we go to previews and try to touch some other news, Monaco sack Leonardo Jardim. How many coaches already got fired? Monaco got fired from the same team twice. Come on. I mean, they hired Roberto Marino. You know, the one was assistant to Luis Enrique after he took care of his daughter and in that tragedy. And Roberto Marino was called a sellout by some, but now he has a job because he wanted that Spain national team job. I mean, do you expect anything different from Monaco with this hire?
Monica is in shambles, absolute shambles. So no, I just think again another panic buy. I just don't know if firing the coaches. And remember, we talked about this, Junior, about at what point players are held responsible.
Yep.
And I think when Monica is looking at it and say, listen, the coach is the problem, not the players and the product on the pitch, then they're going to have a problem. The turnover rate for coaches will still be high, and they're not going to get the results that they want.
Continuing some other major news, Junior, your lion, your tiger. Wait, your big teddy bear where you love. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Oh, you love Zlatan, sir. Is now officially an AC Milan player, according to some reports. I mean, why does AC Milan even entertain this drama?
It looks like we're in a panic buy season. Because come on, I agree with you. This is another panic. This is another panic transfer. I think they're trying to put more butts in the seat for the rest of the year and trying to get somebody that can motivate the team. I think this is more of transferring a coach on the field, trying to change the mentality at AC Milan. So
Yeah.
what's next? I don't
And
know.
and come on, quickly, ACM Zlatan 2, so that was Zlatan 1. Zlatan 2, aka Holland, whatever his, I can't remember his first name. Player of Salzburg,
Elan.
he has scored RB Salz. What's his first name?
I think Elan, right? That's how you pronounce
Yeah,
it?
Haaland is his last name, but he's from RB Salzburg. He signed with Dortmund.
Erling Haaland.
Erling Haaland. Thank you so much. Erling Haaland. He signed with Dortmund. Come on, why does Dortmund decide to take on this headache? He's just as egotistical as Zlatan Ibrahimovic himself.
At 19,
Yes.
really? Listen, they, Borussia Dortmund needs to win games. They need to win the trophy. So I don't think they care about what's going on off the field. They want to make sure that the product is good on the field. And maybe he is good enough that he can help Dortmund because we always know Dortmund always mess up. So at
Yeah.
19, for him to be a headache like Zlatan, must be crazy.
I I I have a pro-
And
I am
yeah,
happy. I am happy that he went there because I all indications were that he was going to Manchester United, but I find it quite curious for this signing. And the reason why I find it quite curious, he's already Champions League tied, so he cannot play in the Champions League for Dortmund this year. So they cannot say, oh, this is a transfer for us to go over the top in the Champions League. They are already high up in the Bundesliga. I think this is more an indication that Sancho is officially gone. I
okay.
think that's it because he wasn't going to play over Roos, Marco Roos. We know
Hmm.
that.
Yeah, Marco Rice. Yeah,
So
yeah.
he must be going to be, and they must be planning to go to a 4-4-2. Cause remember they played 4-3-3, so they must be
Yes,
planning to
yes,
play
yeah.
4-4-2. So I think this is just further indication that Sancho is gone, and I am praying to everything that Sancho is on his way to Old Trafford.
Keep praying, Manchester United fan. Keep praying. Um, touching some other news before we segue to preview and predict because we have New Year's Day games coming down the pipe. Let's quickly touch this Jamaica news. Come on, in the land of cable channel, it's Pierre Henry Morgan cable service around here. These guys have more cable service than anyone else. Now, Jamaica lost. to Japan U22 matchup. Jamaica, how much I'm get? 9, 10, no, 10
Nine.
minus 1, 20, what, how much I'm get? Come on, 10 minus 1,
Yes,
9
10
times
minus
1,
1.
4
Yes.
plus 5. How you flew all this way to Japan to get 9? Your thoughts?
It was a terrible, terrible, terrible 90 minutes of game. And I don't know why I woke up at 5:30 a.m. Well, I know why I'm awake up because I couldn't sleep. But I woke up and I watched it and I immediately regretted it. Before even it's like back to back to back they were scoring. Our young men were devoid of ideas. I mean, they didn't know how to do anything. We couldn't pass. We couldn't control. We couldn't nothing. Japan ran through Jamaica like a hot knife through butter. It was a terrible showing. Props to the goalkeeper, the substitute goalkeeper, because it could have been 15-0 if it was not for him. No, seriously. And I'm like, I just don't understand. I just don't understand. Jamaica football fans, I don't know what they're looking for. Do they like when the players dip their shoulders, step over, cut it back, pile a man, or do we want intelligent players who will actually know how to play football? If Jamaica had gone out there and lost 9-0 and had even put up a fight, it would have been completely different. I don't want to call nobody name, but I have to put this out there. If Peter Lee Vassell, if this is the best that he is going to play, then I think he's going to be a forever Gatorade sports person. As the captain, no, as the captain of the Jamaica team, he there's a foul that he committed that I couldn't wrap my mind around it. No reason at all. He wrapped his hand completely around the player's neck. He gave up a foul, which immediately cost us the goal. And I think that was 6-0 at that point. But he was just not doing what he was supposed to do. And I don't know what Kevin Lambert do to Tapper. Because whoever did out there in a Kevin Lambert position was not better than Kevin Lambert. And yes, Craig them want to make Craig Butler look right, which is not what we really, really want. But they need to do better. Who chose this squad? They weren't prepared. They're not. Some of them just not ready, and it's just the facts. You don't want to talk about any player because everybody is a professional in their own right. But what I saw on the pitch out there, I don't know how they're going to manage. And when JFF come out and say that the players must aspire to play above and beyond USL, how? If this is the best that we can produce, how on earth are you going to go to a better league than USL? If that's what Jamaica is saying. And I don't understand why they keep on saying that RSPL is better than USL. Let us say they're on the same level, but let's not pretend like RSPL is a cut above the rest. That is Kenman, Bushman football. And as I said, it was a waste of my 90 minutes and it was terrible. And I think I understand and I know why they sent Tapa because Tapa scored 2 goals, I think, against Japan. So I think it was more sentimental than anything because that was a wasted trip. Them should have made the young men them stay home with them family for Christmas. Waste of time. So the person who actually won from this is the JFF because they received a check from Japan.
All right. Junior, come on, say all of it for us. Did
Ditto.
you want to say anything?
Ditto.
Ditto, ditto. You see, this is what happens when we talk about Jamaican football. Listen up, come on, blood pressure. Um, and to update football fans, we still don't have a coach of the Reggae Girls, so go and watch the space. President Rickett
And the
says,
tournament is next month.
the tournament is actually under a month away. It starts January 28th. So we'll see. We won't be beating and teaching anybody, that's for sure, with this organization. Mullines quickly. Last time I checked, Mullines did not win a game, so it seems like the beating stopped. Hopefully, no, actually, they were losing to Dunby Holding. So, well
Hey,
on.
hey, well on there. So them beat the league leaders to come down a struggle. Fire the coach
Yes,
again.
yes. All right, a wrap up preview and prediction segment now. Junior management engineer, run it. Junior gone. Everton versus Man City. The game is on the first. Come on, who do you have in this game?
I'm going to give it to Man City, barely, a 2-1.
Why do we give these games to Man City? I mean, what it is about Man City that said they're gonna win this game? Everton is on
Because
a two-game winning streak. They have better defense. Now it seems like Carlo Ancelotti is drilling in a defense-first mindset. Manchester City seems to be lost at sea. By the way, Pep Guardiola picked up his 100th Premier League win today. 100 Premier League win victory is the fastest to get to that feat. But I mean, they defeated Sheffield United. I mean, I figure this Everton outfit will give them much better match.
listen, I think Pep is going to right the ship. He's going to bring in. I just think he's going to bring in reinforcement. If we can get um Fernandinho out of that place and Otamendi somewhere else, I think Manchester City will have a chance. They didn't play.
Yeah.
They didn't play. They didn't have a bad game. Today. Today they were actually good, even though it was. And I'm not going to say it's just Sheffield because
Yeah.
Sheffield has been doing well in the Premier League. But Manchester City, they're good enough team, not world beaters anymore, as we would say. They're running away with it. But I think when they are on, they're on, and I think they'll beat Everton.
Yeah. Arsenal versus Manchester United is another game. I guess the engineer had stepped away for a minute. Manchester United fan engineer, you're back.
Yeah.
No. All right. Do you want to predict the Man City versus Everton game? Your thoughts?
Man City should win. I can't see why they wouldn't win. They will find some way to win. So they easily win for Man
Yes.
City.
As the football family, the engineer is focusing on his curry goat or his goat soup or whatever. Arsenal versus Manchester United. What you got, Junior? This game is at Arsenal. Is this where Arteta gets his first victory?
If Arsenal approach a game like they did against Chelsea today, I don't think Manu can lose that game. Arsenal will have to change their approach.
Manchester United.
It depends on what Arsenal does. It really does. It really do.
Come on, can you get a more affirmative pick here? Because he seems like him a dance around the fence.
I'm confused.
Confused.
I don't think Arteta has righted the ship enough to beat a Manchester United that is clicking. Martial and Rashford had an exceptional game. Duna always across Lingard. He might just have an epic game. But
by the way, Lingard, I saw the stat. Lingard had 0 assists and 0 goal in 2019.
In 12
I
months.
Guess in 12 months.
His last goal was Ole's first game when they beat Cardiff 4-1. That was his last goal. And they want to give him a new contract. Listen to me. Don't let me set up my blood pressure.
Juna, make them a prediction now. Prediction. We are out of Juna head for. So I mean, Arteta is going to do enough where Arsenal is going to play well, right? It's not going to be craziness or whatever. But Manchester United, they have righted the ship enough to have a comprehensive victory over Arsenal. Continue, Junior, with the ball.
No,
by the way, Benton, don't be all in beat Moline Street too.
All right, thank you. You don't have to remind me. All right. This is English League prediction. Junior.
Man U 2-1.
Man United 2-1. And Liverpool versus Sheffield United. Liverpool run in for 51st victory, the whole Sheffield United. I don't know when they will lose. I was hoping they will actually lose today so we can have a somewhat interesting league, but I don't know when they will lose. Is this when?
Sheffield are going to beat them at 1-0.
I guess if you say it long more enough, it will happen.
No, because I think Pep is going to rotate his team. I think he's going to rotate his team.
Pep or Klopp?
Not Pep, Klopp. I think Klopp is going to rotate his team and give some of the benchers a rest. I think that's how they're going to lose. And I think Sheffield go and eke out a win.
Junior?
Sheffield has the midfield to make it interesting, but I will say it again, I'm not betting against Liverpool. Liverpool winning. I'm going to find somewhere to win. And watch them lose.
And Cameron is just hoping that Liverpool, her picks are based on hope rather than actual facts, looking at data.
Based on
there's no way, there's no way you predict Liverpool will lose this game. At Anfield, you must be mad. Come on, stay away from whatever medicine you're on. Stay away from it. Stay away from it. Junior, that's it from me,
Yeah, man, that's it. And it's the last show of the year. And for all those that are listening right now, like we said, we had to do a show, even though we are all in different corners of the world right now. We had to do a show. So we did an audio-only show. And I guess I can make it official now. Starting next week, we will also be broadcasting live on Island Sports Network's YouTube page. So we're going to have a bigger access now. So we're happy that people are seeing the work that we are putting in as a group, as a family, that we just talk about football. And it's great that we have seen this level of growth amongst us professionally in this field. So it's a great feeling, and it's the end of the year. I could not end the year personally, better without any more special friends, our family like you guys. Come on and Benton, and we have a long way to go. Correct?
Cool.
Well,
correct.
I want to go eat my curry goat, man. On this long service, lip service, long talking. But I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. Football lovers, football family, El Pistolero, Dalton, Baba Peace, Kofi Powell, Marco Pratt,
Jason.
Alex, Jason, the entire football family.
Dottie Tyrone.
Tyrone, everyone. It's love. So we cannot do it without you guys. And it's all part of the football family. The Chelsea group here in Westmoreland, Jamaica. Yeah, Chelsea fans singing praises that they will sign Jadon Sancho. They just slipped me a note and said Jadon Sancho will be at Chelsea January. So Junior, watch that space.
All right, so Nuno, what name? Nuno, Bruno Fernandes. Come to Manchester United, please.
Come on, what you have to say since both of us have,
Both of you have what?
And big up Staggerback.
Both of us give a look a final wrap. And New Year's Eve.
Big up Staggerback as well.
Oh yeah, bless up him. So this is I like this, and I really appreciate you guys for giving me the opportunity to be a part of the program. I like talk football. According to my son and my husband, I talk about it too much, and that I go for the most expensive cable package because beIN is on it, and I'm like, yeah, because you have to watch football. So football is a part of my life. It has given me a lot. It has made me, meet new people, have new friends, and you guys have showed me that, you're willing to welcome anybody into the group. So you take me in. So I appreciate it. And I look forward to bigger and better things next year.
We're coming from the land of wood and water with the Henry Morgan channels. Come on, you're paying expensive cable bill, and the Jamaicans have so many channels and not paying any.
But not talk. You sound bad mind.
The bad mind. Love your football family.
Yeah, man. Bless upon
Respect
yourself,
up.
everybody. Respect again. And like we said, we will reconvene next year, and we're going to be on to big and bigger thing. We have so many announcements to come out. So look out for it. You can follow us on Instagram at Ball Chat Podcast, at Twitter at Ball Chat One, on Facebook at Ball Chat. You can also email us at ballchatpodcast@gmail.com. And also, Benton, I guess we can now say it, right? Come on, that look out for the call in. We're going to have where people can also call in and add their voice to the show. So we just don't
Yes,
want.
people except Stagger, Jason, who else? Ty, them can call
No,
in.
no, you're not gonna
Bobo,
put
we
no
cut him
quota.
off.
No, you're not put no quota upon Man U fan them. I put a quota upon the Liverpool fans them. So respect family.
Uh,
Want to say a little more. Talk to the
yeah, man.
next year.
Happy New Year, man, and bless up.
Happy New Year to everybody and big up on the family. And we'll talk again next year. Bless up on yourself.
Bless up.